Imagine a world that suddenly felt a little quieter, a little less purple, and a lot more anxious. For nearly 4 years, the biggest musical juggernaut on the planet didn't just step off the stage, they stepped into the silence of duty, leaving behind a trail of solo masterpieces and a fandom that never stopped counting the days. But now, the silence has been shattered. The year is 2026 and the air feels electric, almost heavy with a global anticipation that transcends music. Why is every corner of the globe, from the streets of Seoul to the screens in Times Square, holding its breath for this specific moment? Is it just about the catchy hooks and sharp choreography? Or is there something deeper, a historical shift in pop culture that we are about to witness? What happens when 7 legends who have conquered the world individually finally breathe the same air on one stage again? Can they reclaim a throne that they never truly vacated? Or is the world about to see a version of BTS that no one, not even the experts, saw coming? The clock is ticking and the world is vibrating with a frequency we haven't felt in years. This isn't just a comeback, it's a cultural phenomenon, a historical reunion that has been etched into the stars since the first member donned a military uniform. We are talking about 2026, the year BTS officially reclaims the global stage. Think about it. A 4-year hiatus that would have buried any other group has only made the BTS brand more mythical. In an industry that moves at the speed of a TikTok scroll, how did these 7 men manage to keep the world waiting? From the secret handwritten letters delivered to fans' doorsteps to the record-breaking Arirang album that is already rewriting the history books, the journey back has been as cinematic as a Hollywood blockbuster. But before we dive into the countdown of the 7 icons who made this possible, ask yourself, in a world that has changed so much since 2022, is the world ready for the 2026 version of BTS? And more importantly, are they ready for us? Let's peel back the curtain on why this comeback is the only thing the world can talk about. Number 7. The Golden Maknae's global reign, Jungkook. When we talk about the 2026 comeback, we have to start with the man who spent the hiatus proving that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, a pop deity in his own right. Jungkook didn't just go solo, he dominated the global charts with a ferocity that left the industry reeling. Remember the records he broke? From being the first K-pop soloist to dominate the Billboard Hot 100 for weeks to his historic performance at the World Cup, Jungkook became the face of a new era. But here's the kicker. As much as the world loved soloist Jungkook, the anticipation for his return to the group dynamic is at a fever pitch. In 2026, we aren't just seeing a younger brother returning to his hungs. We're seeing a battle-hardened, globally recognized pop king bringing that main pop boy energy back to the BTS formation. Fans are obsessed with how his matured, Western radio-conquering vocals will blend with the group's new Arirang sound. The rumors about his involvement in the 2026 World Tour's production are insane. Word on the street is that Jungkook has been hands-on with the choreography, ensuring that the 2026 performances are more athletic and visually stunning than anything we saw during the Permission to Dance era. The world is looking forward to this because Jungkook represents the bridge between BTS's idol roots and their future as permanent global icons. Seeing him back in the center, flanked by his 6 brothers, is the visual confirmation the world needs that the golden era isn't over. It's just getting started. Can you imagine the sheer power of a Jungkook who has nothing left to prove, yet everything to give? That's why his 2026 return is the foundation of this global hype. Number 6. The soulful strategist's emotional blueprint. V. When the world went dark during the hiatus, Kim Tae-young, the man known as V, became the lighthouse for millions, and his role in the 2026 comeback is nothing short of legendary. While others were conquering the charts with high-octane pop, V stayed true to his artistic soul, diving deep into jazz-infused melodies and acting roles that showcased a depth we rarely see in the idol world. But why is his return to the group so pivotal for this 2026 revival? It's because V is the atmosphere maker. During the preparation for their new era, industry insiders whispered that V was the one pushing for a more cinematic and raw approach to their music. He didn't just want a comeback, he wanted a revolution of the senses. In the 2026 landscape, where music often feels manufactured by AI, V's baritone voice is the human heart of BTS. His journey through the military wasn't just a service, it was a period of intense reflection that he translated into a vault of unreleased songs that are reportedly the backbone of the Ararang album's B-sides. The world is looking forward to V in 2026 because he represents the art in BTS. Fans are dying to see how his Celine boy fashion-forward aesthetic has evolved after years of wearing a uniform. There is a specific mystery surrounding his 2026 solo stage during the tour. Rumors suggest it involves a full orchestral arrangement that he personally oversaw. The emotional weight V brings to the group's harmony is the secret sauce that makes a BTS song feel like a warm hug or a cinematic climax. When he stands on that stage in 2026, looking out at the sea of purple lights with those piercing, soulful eyes, it won't just be a performance, it will be a homecoming for the soul. The question isn't just about his vocals, it's about how V's newfound maturity will anchor the group's identity in an era that desperately needs authenticity. Can the world handle the sheer emotional gravity of a fully realized Kim Tae-young? We are about to find out, and that's exactly why the anticipation is breaking the scales. He is the bridge between the dream and the reality of BTS.
Number 5. The lyrical architect's silent revolution, Jimin. If there's one name that makes the heart of the music industry skip a beat when discussing the 2026 reunion, it's Park Jimin. For years, Jimin has been the frontman of K-pop's grace, a performer whose fluid movements and ethereal high notes became the gold standard for an entire generation. But the 2026 Jimin is a different breed altogether. During the hiatus, while he dominated the charts with Like Crazy and showed a grittier, more experimental side of his artistry, he was secretly undergoing a massive transformation. Why is the world so obsessed with his return? Because Jimin is the emotional barometer of BTS. Insiders from the Hive building have hinted that for the 2026 comeback, Jimin didn't just practice the choreography, he helped redefine it. After his time in the military, his physique has changed, and with it, his dance style has evolved from delicate fluidity to a powerful, grounded precision that is reportedly terrifyingly perfect. The world is waiting to see how the man who once felt vulnerable has returned as a pillar of strength. There's a specific detail that has been leaked about the 2026 title track. It features a contemporary dance solo by Jimin that is meant to symbolize the breaking of the shell, a literal and metaphorical transition from the group's past to their future. Fans are also speculating about his songwriting. It's rumored that Jimin took the lead on tracks that deal with the concept of waiting and loyalty, turning the fandom's collective longing into a melodic masterpiece. People aren't just looking forward to his vocals, they are looking for the Jimin effect, that inexplicable aura that turns a concert into a religious experience. As we approach the 2026 World Tour, the hype around his solo performance is so intense that ticket sites have crashed just on the rumor of his set list. Is the world ready for a Jimin who has traded his softness for a steely resolve? He is the member who connects the fans' emotions to the group's rhythm, and his 2026 return is the spark that is going to set the global stage on fire. The king of K-pop is coming back to reclaim his throne, and this time he's not doing it alone. Are you prepared for the return of the man who can silence a stadium with a single glance? That's the power of Jimin in 2026. Number 4. The Underground King's Sonic Evolution, RM. While the world was busy chasing trends, Kim Namjoon was busy building a new world.
As the leader of BTS, RM's 2026 return is the most anticipated intellectual and musical event of the decade. During the hiatus, he didn't just serve his country, he served as a global curator of art and thought, releasing solo projects like Indigo and Right Place, Wrong Person that shattered the boundaries of what an idol could be. But why is his 2026 comeback the focal point for the industry? It's because RM is the brain, the architect, and the spokesperson who translates the soul of BTS for the entire planet. Reports suggest that for the 2026 Arirang era, RM has moved away from simple pop structures to create a complex, genre-bending soundscape that explores the philosophy of the second chapter. The world is looking forward to RM because he is the one who will stand at the podium of the UN or on the stage of a sold-out stadium and explain why this reunion matters. His 2026 lyrics are rumored to be his most profound yet, touching on themes of time, duty, and the weight of a crown that never slipped. Fans are dying to see how his leadership has matured, how the man who led them through the fire of global fame will now lead them through the glory of a legacy reborn. When RM steps up to the mic in 2026, he isn't just rapping, he's delivering a manifesto for a new generation. Is the world ready for the wisdom of a leader who has seen it all and still chooses to start over? That is the mystery and the magnetism of RM's return. He is the compass that ensures BTS doesn't just come back, but moves forward with purpose. One word from him and the entire world listens. Are you ready for the commander to take his place at the front of the line? That is the 2026 RM power. Number 3. The Sonic Alchemist's Raw Resurgence, J-Hope. If there was ever a member who defined the soul of the 2026 comeback, it's the man who paved the way as the first to return from the silence, Jungkook. While the world watched him dominate Lollapalooza and release the grit-filled Jack in the Box, his 2026 persona is something entirely unexpected. Why is the globe hyper-fixated on J-Hope right now? Because he is the performance director who has spent the last year meticulously crafting the structural skeleton of the 2026 World Tour. Behind the scenes at HYBE, staff have whispered that J-Hope has been in the dance studio for up to 14 hours a day, fusing traditional Korean military precision with the street dance fluidity that made him a legend. This isn't just about hope anymore. It's about a seasoned veteran who has mastered the art of the stage. The 2026 version of J-Hope is reportedly much darker and more intense, reflecting a man who has looked into the abyss of his own fame and come out stronger. The world is looking forward to him because he is the literal heartbeat of the group's synchronization. Without his 1-2-3 count, the BTS machine doesn't run. Fans are particularly losing their minds over the Arirang dance breaks, which J-Hope reportedly choreographed to be the most physically demanding sequences in K-pop history, designed to prove that even in 2026, no one can touch their technical prowess. But there's a deeper, emotional layer. J-Hope is the one who kept the group's morale alive through encrypted video calls and group chats during their darkest days of separation. Seeing him back on stage, his face lit up by the purple ocean, isn't just a win for the charts, it's a win for the human spirit. He represents the joy that was missing from the music industry for 4 years. The question on everyone's lips, how will J-Hope's new hardened edge blend with the vibrant energy he's known for? He is the bridge between the struggle of the hiatus and the explosion of the return. When that first beat drops in the 2026 stadium tour and J-Hope takes the center, the world will finally remember what it feels like to truly be alive. Are you ready for the hope that has been forged in fire? That is the 2026 J-Hope Revolution. Number 2. the unstoppable phoenix of fire and ice, Suga. When we talk about the 2026 comeback, we have to talk about the man who operates in the shadows but controls the light, Min Yoongi. For the past few years, the world has felt a massive August D-shaped hole in the music industry. While he served his duty away from the flashing cameras, his influence only grew, turning him into a mythical figure of resilience. Why is the world's breath catching at the thought of Suga's return? Because he is the producer of the century. Rumor has it that during his time away, Yoongi didn't just rest. He composed an entire library of comeback anthems that are reportedly so intense they make Dachita feel like a lullaby. The 2026 Suga isn't just a rapper, he is the sonic architect of the new Arirang era, blending traditional Korean instruments with a futuristic hip-hop grit that only a genius like him could conceive. Insiders are buzzing about a specific track on the 2026 album, a collaboration with his 6 brothers that he spent 18 months perfecting, a song that supposedly chronicles their rebirth. The world is looking forward to Suga because he is the voice of cold, hard reality and burning passion. Fans are dying to see him back behind the piano and the mixing board, reclaiming his title as the Hand of Midas, where every beat he touches turns to global gold. There is a raw, emotional weight to his return. He is the member who has always been most vocal about the pain of separation and the hunger for the stage. In 2026, we are witnessing a Suga who has traded his anxiety for an unshakable peace, and that newfound clarity is reflected in his razor-sharp verses. The industry is terrified and thrilled all at once. What happens when the group's most honest lyricist finally has the platform to speak on the last 4 years? His 2026 solo stage is rumored to be a storytelling masterpiece, a literal journey through fire to reach the purple ocean once again. When he stands there, silent, soaking in the screams of tens of thousands before dropping that first line, the world will realize that the king never actually left. He was just preparing his greatest move. Are you ready for the sonic earthquake that only Min Yoongi can trigger? The 2026 comeback is nothing without the flame he brings to the center of the circle. That is the power of Suga's resurrection.
Number 1. The Eternal Pillar and the Return of the King, Jin. We've reached the summit, and there is only one name that could occupy this spot. The man who started the countdown, and the man who embodies the very soul of BTS's resilience, Kim Seok-jin. Why is the entire world looking forward to 2026 specifically? For him, because Jin is the anchor. He was the first to face the silence of the barracks, the first to carry the weight of the hiatus on his shoulders, and in 2026, he stands as the triumphant symbol of a mission accomplished. While the world marveled at his early return in 2024, his role in the 2026 comeback is the final piece of the puzzle that makes the group whole again. Insiders say that for the Arirang album, Jin has pushed his vocal limits to a level never heard before. Rumors are swirling about a silver voice power ballad that utilizes his military-honed discipline to deliver a high note that literally shakes the stadium rafters. But it's not just about the music, it's about the Jin spirit. In 2026, he is the eldest brother who has successfully brought all 6 of his younger siblings back home. He is the one who kept the Jin energy alive, and his return to the center of the formation signifies that the 7 are finally back to their full celestial power. The world is looking forward to him because he represents the miracle of 2026, the proof that time and distance cannot break what is meant to be. Fans are anticipating his 2026 solo stage to be a grand theatrical masterpiece that blends his worldwide handsome charisma with a newfound rugged maturity.
There's a secret detail leaked about the 2026 tour opening. It's rumored to start with Jin alone on a dark stage, lighting a single purple flame that signals the official rebirth of the BTS era. He is the heart, the humor, and the unwavering strength of the group. When Jin smiles at his 6 brothers on that 2026 stage, the world will finally feel like it's back on its axis. Can you feel the sheer emotional explosion that's coming? This is more than a comeback. It's the coronation of the kings, led by the man who never let the light go out. Are you ready for the ultimate homecoming of Kim Seok-jin? This is why 2026 is the year the world stands still.